For 7 long and lonely years, the Hart Ranch had breathed only silence, a silence so heavy that even the wind seemed to tiptoe across the fields as if afraid to disturb the grief stitched into the walls. Cole Hart, once the proudest cowboy in the county, had shrunk into a man made of routine: fix the fences, feed the horses, mend the barn, and avoid anything that reminded him of the woman he had loved more than his own life. Emily Hart, his wife, the light of his days, the song in his mornings, the woman he lost when a raging storm swept their wagon down a flooded ravine, and the river swallowed her whole. They never found her body, only her shawl tangled in driftwood downstream, and that was enough for the world to call him a widower. But Cole had never truly accepted it. He buried her memory, yes, but a part of him always wondered if the river really claimed her, or if the universe had played some cruel trick. And then one spring morning, when the sky opened up in warm gold and the prairie shimmered like fresh-spun silk, fate walked back into his life on 2 pairs of tiny feet. Cole saw them from afar, 2 little girls standing just inside the ranch gate, holding hands like they had no one else in this world. They were covered in dust, their dresses travel-worn, their boots scraped thin. He slowed his steps, unsure whether they were lost travelers from a passing wagon or some settlers, children who had wandered off. But as he came closer, something inside him tightened. The girls had familiar blonde curls, the kind that caught the sunlight and turned it into halos. They had soft blue-gray eyes filled with fear, yet fierce determination. And when they looked at him, his heart stuttered as if recognizing something it shouldn't. The braver twin stepped forward, her little chin trembling but her voice steady. "Are you Cole Hart?" Cole knelt down slowly, feeling his pulse slam in his ears. "Yes, sweetheart, that's me. Did you lose your way? Where's your mother?" The second twin clutched her sister's arm, lifted her tearful eyes, and whispered the words that shattered the world. Cole had built around his loneliness. Mama said, "You're our daddy." For a moment, Cole couldn't breathe. The world spun. His vision blurred. He stared at the twins, really stared, and suddenly saw the impossible. Emily's dimples, Emily's soft eyebrows, Emily's smile struggling to show through their fear. What was your mama's name?" he asked, voice cracking like dry wood. "Emily," the braver one answered. Emily Hart. Cole fell back on his knees. It felt like lightning struck his soul. Emily, his Emily, alive. And she had given birth. Twins, his daughters. The girls handed him a folded letter, worn and stained from travel. Cole opened it with trembling hands. The handwriting was unmistakable. Emily's gentle, looping script. "Cole, if this reaches you, it means I couldn't. Please take care of our girls. The world has not been safe for us, but you will keep them safe. Forgive me, my love." Tears, real tears he hadn't allowed for years, fell on the paper. He scooped the girls into his arms, holding them like the world might steal them too. But the worst was yet to come. That night, as the twins slept curled together like frightened kittens, the older one whispered one final truth that made Cole's blood turn cold. "Mama said, the bad men who took her, they're looking for us now, and they know we came to you." In that moment, Cole understood. He hadn't just become a father again. He had stepped onto a battlefield where his daughters were the prize, and dawn would bring danger straight to his doorport. Cole didn't sleep a second that night. Hailey's disappearance. Cole didn't sleep a second that night. He sat by the window with his rifle across his lap, eyes locked on the tree line where the moon cast long shadows that could easily hide enemies. The twins slept in Emily's old room, their tiny breath steady, their little hands tangled together like they were scared they would be separated again. Cole stared at the door of that room and wondered how much pain they had endured, how many nights they cried for a mother who was dying and a father they had never met. As the first pale light of dawn touched the horizon, a horse approached the ranch at a slow, cautious pace. Cole swung open the door, rifle ready, only to find Sheriff Dalton dismounting, his face grave. "Cole," he said quietly, "we need to talk. About your wife." The floor seemed to shift beneath Cole's feet. Dalton explained everything in pieces that felt like blows to the chest. Emily hadn't died in the river. She had been rescued by a group of outlaws known as the Black Spurs. Men who roamed the border territories, taking whatever and whoever they wanted. Emily had seen something she shouldn't have, something that tied the gang to a string of robberies and hidden gold. To keep her silent, they forced her into hiding, moving her from town to town, never letting her send a message back home. Still, she escaped once, long enough to seek help and long enough to give birth to the twins. But the Black Spurs found her again. Emily fought them off, bought enough time to send her daughters towards safety, and died from exhaustion and untreated fever on the trail back to Cole. Dalton found her, grave only days ago near the border. "She was trying to get back to you," he whispered. Cole's heart broke all over again, but there was no time to mourn. A gunshot cracked the quiet morning. Cole shoved Dalton aside as bullets slammed into the ranch wall. The Black Spurs had arrived. Dust clouds rose as half a dozen riders charged through the gate, their black coats whipping behind them like wings of death. Cole pushed the twins behind a support beam and yelled, "Stay down! Don't move!" The twins clung to each other, their eyes wide with terror. Cole fired a warning shot, the blast echoing across the ranch like thunder. Dalton fired beside him, shouting orders that were drowned beneath hoofbeats and gunfire. The battle raged, splintering wood, shattering windows, filling the air with smoke and dust. Cole fought like a man possessed, protecting not just his ranch but the last living pieces of the woman he had loved beyond reason. One outlaw made it past the fence and stormed toward the house, but Cole didn't let him take another step. His shot sent the rider crashing into the dirt. As the gunfire died, the remaining outlaws fled, dragging their wounded with them. The ranch fell silent again, but this time the silence felt like victory, not grief. Cole ran back to the house and dropped to his knees beside the girls. "Are you hurt?" Both shook their heads, tears streaming down their cheeks. They threw their little arms around his neck. "Daddy, Mama said you'd save us." Cole held them close, recognizing Emily's faith in those words. A few days later, Cole rode with Dalton to Emily's grave, a simple wooden marker beneath a quiet shade tree. The twins placed flowers on the mound. "We found Daddy, Mama," the smallest whispered. Cole made a silent promise over that grave. No more running, no more fear. These girls would grow up free, protected, and loved. When they returned to the ranch, Cole lifted both girls into his arms and said, "This is our home now, and our story is just beginning." And to everyone watching, if you want more stories filled with emotion, twists, heart danger, and redemption stories, just like this one, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because your support helps these Wild West tales continue to ride across your screen every day.